You have an income, right? You are earning. You have a payslip. You have a business. Look at the income that you're earning. If it's a payslip, I want you to look at the net amount. Add back pay as you earn. Add back any loans, deductions, SACCO contributions, everything. The only amount I want deducted is insurance and maybe NSSF. Any pension contribution, rudisha. NSSF pia nimeacha, rudisha. We are looking at the time when you choose to retire. And remember, retirement is not about attaining a certain age, the 60-year age. Forget about the law. It's when you choose to quit what you are doing right now. To quit that 9 to 5 and start doing things that make you happy. Things that you enjoy. And why will you have that option to quit and start doing things that you love? It's because you will have done away with the problem of income. You will have done away with the requirement that you must wake up to look for money to pay your bills. You have replaced yourself with something else that is generating money, taking care of your bills. And that is, you sweat your ass today so hard that you amass enough to replace yourself in the question of paying bills so that you enjoy life. You can't enjoy life when paying bills. Can you? I don't think so. You are working so hard because you want to replace or build another person in the name of wealth asset to replace you in generating money to take care of your bills. And if that is not your goal, talk up. If that is not your goal, my friend, talk up. I'm talking to that person who has a mindset, who knows that his tomorrow depends on his today. He must build another person in the name of asset. He must build an enterprise, a pool of cash flow generating assets, a portfolio that replaces him or her in generating money to fund his bills, his expenses. We are not saying that you're shifting or you are going to lie, that you are no longer be working. No, you will be doing things that you love, which you can also monetize to make money. You'll still be making money, but you are making money through activities, having monetized things that you love, monetizing a talent. Now, take that amount that you are earning today, the gross amount, less anything towards medical. But because we are retired, we are not building more retirement contributions. So whatever figure that you have gotten, that should be the minimum that asset that you are replacing yourself with should be generating passively. You must be getting at least that amount from your investments. And the investment should be so secure that whatever that amount that you'll be receiving from that investment does not go down. So we must create a balance that takes care of changes in the markets. We must make sure that if changes happen to us, particular assets, we have others that we are relying on because we need a consistent income that takes care of our expenses. Now that you have established the figure, let's assume you are getting a figure of, let's say, 60,000. It's just an example. If you're taking 100,000, it's okay. 200,000, it's okay. I've taken 60,000 as the figure. If you are watching me and you are earning 20,000, take that 20,000, the 30,000, whatever amount that is funding your bills today, multiply by 12. My 60 is giving me 720. The reason we have multiplied this amount by 12 to get a total is because most of the investments that we are putting our money into. Most of the cash or currency denominated assets that we buy as our investments pay us incomes either annually or semi-annually. If you have a rental property, you're lucky. That one you fight with the tenants to collect your monthly income. But that could be one of the many assets that you have in your pool, in your portfolio. So, multiplied by 12, you have gotten the figure that you should be getting from your asset, the replacer of your incomes. That gives you the amount that you require on an annual basis. So think of a conservative rate of interest. Don't look at the rates, the averages that are not very common in the market. As I shoot this video, treasury bills are to the tune of 18%, 16%, 18%, 17%, an average of about 17 to 18. Now, because that is not a permanent average in the market, let's look at the most common, because this thing it's a high time. The inflation may be a bit high. Let's work with an average of 10%. It's rare to miss out at 10%. That is a standard rate. So that when we get a rate that is higher than that, we will celebrate. But we are cushioning against over expectation in the investment market. So let's look at 10%. It means then that 720 is a product of an object that was multiplied by 10% as the rate. So we only need to multiply the 720 by 10. It means if you were to retire today, if you were to choose to quit what you are doing today, you need to have built an asset, a portfolio, a pool of cash generating assets to a tune of 7.2 million. 7.2 million. That is the essence of investing. You know, most of us look at investing simply, just as putting money, whatever you wish. Whatever you wish. Let me be putting 3,000. Another one, let me doing 5,000 every month. Then I'm looking at, in 10 years, I will have 1 million. What will 1 million do to you? You are looking for your financial independence. Financial independence is a point in time where you will have built a replacer, an enterprise, a pool of assets that can replace you in generating money to fund your bills. That is the time now you become independent. You get freed from actively generating money to fund your bills, because something else that you created comes in to replace you in that generation of income. So what am I saying? You need to know your goal. You need to know the amount that you are working with before determining what you are going to be putting in your investment. Investment for financial independence is not just a choice of what you can do with. That you can even choose to stop the investment or to stop the contributions when you want. No. That means your contributions or your investments are not purpose-driven, are not goal-driven. So for you to build commitment and consistency in your investing, then you must know where you are going. You must know what you want to achieve. Because if you don't know what you want to achieve, if you don't know the size of the asset, the size of investment that you are looking for, you just learn any amount to you will be good. And you hear 1 million, it will sound too big for you. And will sound like a too good investment for you. But if you look at 1 million, and today you are earning 30,000 shillings in a month. If you are putting 1 million, you have built 1 million and you wish to retire, and you want to depend on that 1 million shillings. In our 10% rate of return that we have elected, that means you are getting 100,000. Assume even there are no taxes and there are no charges. you are getting 100,000, which means that 100,000 can only cover 3 months worth of your living expenses. Then after that, having considered that you are not contributing to SACCO, you are not contributing, paying pay as you earn, we can give you another month. You can go up to 4 months. What happens to these other 6 months? These 6 months is what an accountant, a finance professional like me, will simply call drawings from beginning, because this amount or worth of your living expenses shall be drawn from your capital, that is in your investment, and that is what now we call a drawdown, because a drawdown is a withdrawal from pooled resources to cover your expenses from the capital, not the returns. You are supposed to live on the returns, not the capital. Don't eat the seeds. You are living on the fruits. But if the fruits here can only cover, if the return from that capital can only cover a maximum of 4 months, because we are assuming you are not going to cut down your living standard, you are maintaining your lifestyle, that caters for 4 months. These 6 months, it means you are going to be eating on your capital. So year 2, you are going to have an investment of around 820, because 180,000 will have been used to cover the 30,000 required to fund your bills on a monthly basis for the 6 months. So in year 2, if you're going to maintain that lifestyle here, 30,000 per month, your 820 will only generate 82,000, because the capital has gone down. The capital has gone down. So in such a case, for 82, 100,000 took you 4 months, lasted for 4 months. Your 80,000 will not even last you 3 months, because each month you are consuming 30,000. So that is when the rain will start beating you. You will have to cut down your lifestyle by 8,000. Because you need 90,000 to survive for 3 months. Now you have 82, meaning you have a shortfall of 8,000. If you continue enjoying the same standard of living, we are not only now looking at 7 months, but 7 months plus worth of drawdown of your capital. Your drawings, because drawings is a portion of your capital that you consume as the owner of the investment. You are killing that business. So, because now we need 7 months plus 8,000, that means we are talking of 218,000 draw down from 820. So we shall be at 6 in year 3. We are talking of 600,000, because we have consumed 220 because of the shortfall that we have created. That is exactly what will happen. You are at 600, meaning year 3 you only have 60,000 to live on 2 months. So you need a drawdown of 240,000 to cover the 8 months that you don't have passive income to replace. So if you get 600,000 and you are drawing, you have 360. So year 4 you will have a passive income of 36,000. 36,000 will last you 1 month and a few days. So you have a whooping 11 months, that is 330, meaning that year 4 you will have exhausted. You have wiped the entire investment. So that will be the last Christmas in a decent house. Year 4, because you have eaten everything. That will be your last day sleeping in a decent neighborhood. Year 6, I expect you in the streets. Yeah, of course, I expect you in the streets. And that is what generally happens to many people who don't invest with a purpose. If you don't invest with a goal in mind, that is exactly what happens. You must choose. Every goal will be time bound. So if I know I need to build an enterprise of 7.2 million, which will be able to give me a passive income of 720,000 at a rate of 10%, which for me is an average that can easily or consistently be gotten from the markets, then I have to look at where I am now today. Look at what I'm able to contribute. What sacrifice can I do to achieve that amount, so that will give me the length or the duration which I can set to achieve that. So if we are in employment, you want to achieve a 7.2 million. Assuming we are not taking care of what has gone to NSSF and those pension contributions. If you are in one that doesn't contribute all that, you have to look at your age. You are 30 years today. You will compulsorily retire when you are 60. You have a 30-year gap. 7.2 million need to be contributed or built within 30 years. Those are the math that you need to do, because that now determines what you need to put in today as your savings. Then, because compounding will be doing its work over the 30 years, you are likely to find yourself in 9 million. And that's because ideally we say, when by the time you retire, your income, your passive income, all the income cash flows that should be coming in, cash inflows at the time of retirement, should be at least 150% of what you are getting by the date of retirement, because of the many responsibilities that come with retirement. So in summary, for your replacement of active incomes with passive incomes, one, it's a goal. The duration that you take depends on your ability to generate and contribute towards that goal. You can't choose to retire in 10 years, yet your abilities, the amount that you are putting in, can generate the goal in 30 years. It should be objective. Thank you for watching.